Yeah. This chip nickel sits beside my cold brew, reflecting dusty light across the grain. I spent my 20s chasing what is true, trading heavy sleep to break this chain. My thumb traces the edge where metal faded, counting every promise that I made, living on a prayer a little jaded, hoping that the spark will never fade. I look into the mirror on the wall, asking if the payoff matches the pain. Standing at the edge before the fall, trying to find the sunshine in the rain. I am building castles out of sleepless nights, chasing neon horizons till the shadows fade. Every setback is a lesson in these city lights, holding tight to every single plan I make. Youth is just a candle burning in the dark. I will keep on running till I leave a mark. My phone screen glows with bills I gotta pay. Friends are getting married, moving on. I'm stuck inside this room another day, writing down my soul before the dawn. They say ambition is a lonely road, carrying a heavy, silent load. I look into the mirror on the wall, asking if the payoff matches the pain. Standing at the edge before the fall, trying to find the sunshine in the rain. I am building castles out of sleepless nights, chasing neon horizons till the shadows fade. Every setback is a lesson in these city lights, holding tight to every single plan I make. Youth is just a candle burning in the dark. I will keep on running till I leave a mark. Sometimes the weight feels far too much to carry. Doubt creeps in and whispers in my ear. The timeline that I drew is getting scary, but passion always overcomes the fear. The nickel stays put on the wooden ledge. I take a breath and step back from the edge, still chasing stars, still chasing stars. A heavy hiss of air brakes cuts right through the alley dark. You sit beside me on the curb, watching sparks from a cigarette arc. Your jacket has a frayed cuff, your notebook pages torn in half. You used to talk about the world with the golden kind of laugh. Now your shoulders carry shadows from a boss who didn't care. You tell me that your 25s feel thinner than the air. I see the way you hold your breath whenever rent is due. The city wants to break the spirit living inside you, but don't you dare surrender what you built inside your mind. You aren't the kind of dreamer that this town can leave behind. Keep your head up high when the streetlights flicker out. I know your wallet's empty and your head is full of doubt. We were born for bigger stages than these quiet concrete floors. If they lock the front entrance, we will break the side doors. Take a breath, my brother, look at how far you have come. We still got distance to run. Remember back in high school when we recorded in my garage. You swore that all these tall skyscrapers were just a cheap mirage. Now you work the late shift, sorting boxes till your hands turn red. You trade your brightest vision just to buy tomorrow's bread. I know it hurts to feel like time is slipping through your grip. I see you standing steady even when your footsteps slip. I see the way you hold your breath whenever rent is due. The city wants to break the spirit living inside you, but don't you dare surrender what you built inside your mind. You aren't the kind of dreamer that this town can leave behind. Keep your head up high when the streetlights flicker Let them call you foolish for believing in the spark. The stars don't shine for anyone who's scared of getting dark. I'm standing in your corner every hour of the night, until the city recognizes all your hidden light. Keep your head up high when the streetlights flicker out. I know your wallet's empty and your head is full of doubt. We were born for bigger stages than these quiet concrete floors. If they lock the front entrance, we will break the side doors. Take a breath, my brother, look at how far you have come. We still got distance to run. Another bus is pulling up, the tires grind the street. Hold on to your vision while you're standing on your feet. We still got distance to run. Yeah, we still got distance to run. Keep moving forward. Burnt espresso drips up through floorboards, mixed with rain dampening the avenue outside. Malik loops a rim shot on an old MPC, tapping rubber pads while the city turns aside. His phone lights up with bills he cannot pay. 23 years deep in a cramped studio space. He had just a piss slider searching for a mood, chasing a feeling that the struggle won't erase. Every drum hit carries weight, he never speaks. Stacking scent lines till his blurry vision leaks. People call it foolish to bleed for a track when the bank account is dry and there's no turning back. He's building castles out of 88 keys, sailing through the dark on a low-end breeze. 20-something dreamer in a world so cold, trading all his sleep for a story untold. When the neon fades and the speakers start to hum, he knows the real prize is yet to come. Cold grease from the takeout box sits on the desk beside a notebook filled with rhymes he hasn't sang. His mother called at midnight asking how he eats. He lied and said he's doing better than she thinks. He chops a vocal sample from a soul record crate, slows it down 3 semitones to make the heartbreak real. There's magic in the pressure that he puts upon himself, turning cheap apartment rent into a major deal. Every drum hit carries weight, he never speaks. Stacking synth lines till his blurry vision leaks. People call it foolish to bleed for a track when the bank account is dry and there's no turning back. He's building castles out of 88 keys, sailing through the dark on a low-end breeze. 20-something dreamer in a world so cold, trading all his sleep for a story untold. When the neon fades and the speakers start to hum, he knows the real prize is yet to come. His fingers dance across the plastic keys till dawn. The bassline throbs like a pulse through the floor. Nobody knows his name inside the big city lights, but he keeps pounding hard on the silent door. Youth isn't wasted when you burn it for a spark. The tape keeps spinning in the dark. Malik lowers down the master game. Outside the windows drops another sheet of rain. Still building castles out of sound till the whole world turns around. A sudden doubt shatters the midnight quiet, hanging like dust above the rusted radiator. Yellow streetlight filters through the blinds, striping the ceiling in parallel shadows. 26 years crammed inside a half-filled notebook. Rhyme scribbled sideways near a stained mug of tea. A half-eaten sandwich sits on the amplifier, while the muted television flashes static blue. I watch my reflection in the dark glass window, holding a breath I forgot I was carrying. Outside a sedan rolls slow down the alley, headlights sweeping across old brick walls. Every frame of the city's waiting on something, and every quiet corner holds a heavy promise. We print our dreams on finished celluloid, chasing the real before the projector stops. Tired shoes walking under golden street lamps, young hearts betting everything on the next frame. When the scene shifts, we stand in the spotlight, turning low-budget nights into cinematic gold. Yeah, Cut to the diner on 43rd Street. Steam rising soft off a chipped porcelain cup. Marcus counts quarters for a late train ride, talking about a demo tape recorded in a closet. Neon reflections bleeding to rain on the pavement. A saxophone weeping through a third floor window. We are young actors without a script to read from, improvising lines in the middle of the dark. The rhythm in our chest beats louder than the city, writing poetry on folded paper napkins. Sedan rolls slow down the alley, headlights sweeping across old brick walls. Every frame of the city's waiting on something, and every quiet corner holds a heavy promise. We print our dreams on finished celluloid, chasing the real before the projector stops. Tired shoes walking under golden street lamps, young hearts betting everything on the next frame. When the scene shifts, we stand in the spotlight, turning low-budget nights into cinematic gold. Zoom in on the hands holding warm mic cables, panning right across rooftops at 3 in the morning. The world is asleep but the screen keeps glowing. Capture in the flicker of a fire we started. No budget for orchestra, just raw soul and bass line, pulling focus until the vision comes clear. Fade out on the alleyway light. The bass lingers long in the quiet room. We keep rolling until the credits roll. Just another late scene in the movie of youth. Who decided 25 was meant to carry this weight? I stare at the ceiling fan spinning in slow motion, thinking about my mother's hands and the unpaid rent, wondering if a promise made at 18 has an expiration date. The bass hums low from the neighbor speakers downstairs, vibes of old vinyl touching something tender in my chest. My phone screen glows with another rejection email, staring at the blue light, counting my breaths. Is it ambition or just ego keeping me up past 3? Friends are getting married, buying houses in the suburbs, while I'm sitting here stitching metaphors into beat tapes, trying to turn my sleepless hours into something sacred. My thoughts bleed together like wet ink on newsprint. I'm running a marathon inside a studio apartment, asking the dark if my vision is worth the cost. Stepping over empty takeaway boxes and half-written verses. We build castles out of late night whispers and dust, hoping the youth in our veins outlast the rust. Dreaming with open eyes under a flickering street lamp, searching for a sign in the silence of the city. If the world turns without waiting for us to catch up, I will still pour my heart into this cracked paper cup. The train rattles down the track 3 blocks over, bringing back memories of summer nights on the fire escape. We used to talk about touring Europe and buying mama a home. Now Marcus works 40 hours at a logistics firm, and Marcus doesn't answer his calls much anymore. Is growing up just learning to apologize for dreaming big. I trace the scars on my knuckles from tapping out rhythms on the desk. The beat flips in my head, a sample from an old soul record, singing about heartaches and moving moving on down the road. Maybe the destination was always just a phantom. Maybe the music is the only thing keeping the floorboards from collapsing. We built castles out of late night whispers and dust, hoping the youth in our veins outlast the rust. Dreaming with open eyes under a flickering street lamp, searching for a sign in the silence of the city. If the world turns without waiting for us to catch up, I will still pour my heart into this cracked paper cup. Time ticks like a hi-hat, 16 notes to every breath. I keep asking if I missed the turn, 3 exits back. Nobody answers, just the low hum of the refrigerator and the realization that nobody holds the map for you. You just keep walking till the soles wear thin, until the fear turns into fire under your skin. Who decided any of this had to make sense tonight? The city breeze outside my window, indifferent and vast. I press record on the tape deck, let the reels turn into the dark. Just let the reels turn. Just let the reels turn. Yeah. The steel frame beneath this chair groans under 28 years of unspoken ambition. I am leaning back in the quiet, writing a dispatch to a kid who thought he lacked permission. 17 years old, starving in the basement room, wearing hand-me-down shoes with worn soles. He used to stay awake till 4 in the morning, trying to turn quiet fears into solid goals. I see you scribbling rhymes in the margins of math homework you never turned in, telling your mama that the music would pay the rent before the summer could even begin. You thought the world was a locked door, no key. You counted every loss as a permanent mark on your history, but I am holding the blueprint you drew in the dark. Every single bruise was just the start of a spark. So breathe easy, young heart, you make it out alive. The rent gets paid and the engine learns to drive. I know your shoulders ache from carrying the doubt. We built a house out of everything you dreamed about. Keep riding through the silence, keep standing in the rain. There was beauty waiting right on the other side of your pain. Yeah. Remember the nights you ate cold rice over a warm laptop screen, praying somebody in the city would notice what your lyrics mean. You thought 25 meant failure if you were not on a stage. I wish I could reach across time and turn that terrifying page. Do not throw away those notebooks full of jagged crossed out lines. Those broken syllables became the rhythm of our finest times. You felt invisible walking down the avenue in late December. Now people sing the very words you struggle to remember. Yeah. I'm sitting in the quiet room you prayed to own one day. I wear the jacket you saved 6 months of tips to buy along the way. If I could hand this letter to your trembling fingers right now, I would tell you to trust the timing, trust the how. To the boy with stained sneakers and the notebook in his hand, we made it to the stage, we stood where we meant to stand. Save a seat for me in your memory. You did good, kid, you set us free. Bruised magenta neon drips across the concrete. I count the missed calls flashing on my screen. An old man sits down lighting up a filter, asking why my eyes look 30 at 19. I tell him 27 came too fast this year, and every beat I make just sounds like noise. He blows a ring of gray into the color, says we spend our youth running from our voice. He points his thumb at the glowing sign, says rent is real but the rush is in your mind. I pull my hood down, listening close, trading my doubts with a quiet ghost. We sit beneath the tangerine, glow on the curb, talking about the dreams we lost and never heard. He said you don't burn out, you just forget the fire. Traded all your passion for a steady wire. Youth ain't a clock that's ticking down to zero. It's just a midnight smoke making you a hero. He tells me about a horn he used to play in Chicago before the joint turned into a grocery store. Said he sold his brass for a suit and a tie and spent 40 winter years wondering what for. Don't let him make you quiet, he tells me slow. The world loves a song that it thinks it knows. I show him the rough demo on my phone. Two strangers in the dark feeling less alone. We sit beneath the tangerine, glow on the curb, talking about the dreams we lost and never heard. He said you don't burn out, you just forget the fire. Traded all your passion for a steady wire. Youth ain't a clock that's ticking down to zero. It's just a midnight smoke making you a hero. The bus comes rolling up, screeching on the line. He stands up heavy, leaves a coin behind. Keep making noise, kid, even when it aches. A dream ain't ruined by the time it takes. The door swings shut and the bus fades down the street. Tangerine light still resting on my feet. I put my headphones on and press play. Still got something left to say. My older brother told me yesterday that passion doesn't clear a monthly tab. I watched the steam rise from his mug sitting on a crack along the counter laminate. A yellow sticky note still hangs beside the stove, reminding me to pay the power bill before the weekend comes around. I count the loose change sitting in my hallway dish. 3/4, 2 dough pennies, and a transit token from 3 years ago. My worn out sneakers got a tiny tear right near the pinky toe, where rainwater seeps through whenever April decides to pour. The city passes by in frames of gray and quiet blue. Every small detail keeps pointing back to you and me. We chase a phantom giant while we live inside the threads, counting up the small things that we never said. Here is a list of everything I saw today. A scratched up phone screen reading 2%. A crumpled bus pass holding on by tape. The unpaid parking ticket under my wiper blade. And yeah, I still believe we make it out some way. These tiny pieces of a 20-something life are building up a castle under neon light. I noticed how the street lamp flickers twice before it dies at 5. The bass line hums through floorboards from the neighboring 3B. There's half a bag of microwavable popcorn on the pantry shelf, and a pair of studio headphones with the leather peeling off the ears. I write these verses on the back of a grocery receipt, right underneath the total for some frozen meals and instant tea. A dog barks 3 times down the alleyway, and someone leaves a blue umbrella dripping by the lobby door. The city passes by in frames of gray and quiet blue. Every small detail keeps pointing back to you and me. We chase a phantom giant while we live inside the threads, counting up the small things that we never said. Here is a list of everything I saw today. A scratched up phone screen reading 2%. A crumpled bus pass holding on by tape. The unpaid parking ticket under my wiper blade. And yeah, I still believe we make it out some way. These tiny pieces of a 20-something life are building up a castle under neon light. Yesterday's words still linger like stale coffee smoke. He said to get a real job, said this vision is a joke. But I saw pushing through the concrete crack. I saw a kid with secondhand boots who never looked back. I saw my reflection in the dark star glass, standing tall enough to let the winter pass. A faint siren wails 4 blocks away. The radiator clinks his quiet song. My brother said yesterday we wouldn't last this long. I turn the desk lamp off and close my eyes. Tomorrow's list will be another sweet surprise. Yeah. Thompson orange washes over warm vinyl seats as the 24-hour diner slowly breathes. I was staring at a blank page, drowning in my doubt, trying to figure what this 20-something life is about. An old man sitting in the booth right next to mine noticed my scrawled out rhymes and heavy bass line. He pointed to my notebook with a weather steady hand, said, "Son, you look like a boy who's trying to build on sand." He bought another refill, sat across the aisle, offered me a piece of wisdom with a tired smile. He said, "You think you're falling behind the clock, but youth is just the fire before the hammer hits the block." We build our dreams on sleepless city nights, chasing shadows under flickering street lights. He told me passion isn't meant to burn you down. It's the steady pulse that keeps your feet upon the ground. Young heart, stop measuring your worth by speed. Giving time to grow is every seed you need. I listened as he talked about his 25, how he chased the wrong horizon just to feel alive. He said, "I traded all my quiet moments for the noise, thinking loud applause was what made men out of boys. Don't rush the process just to prove that you belong. Every detour that you take becomes a better song." His words settled heavy in the space between us two, a blueprint for the doubts I thought I only knew. He took a slow sip, watched the rain outside the door, leaving shadows on the scuffed linoleum floor. He said, "You think you're falling behind the clock, but youth is just the fire before the hammer hits the block." We build our dreams on sleepless city nights, chasing shadows under flickering street lights. He told me passion isn't meant to burn you down. It's the steady pulse that keeps your feet upon the ground. Young heart, stop measuring your worth by speed. Giving time to grow is every seed you need. The diner clock kept ticking past 4 a.m. 2 generations sharing truths within the dim. I realized everybody walks through the same haze, trying to make a masterpiece from chaotic days. He stood up, placed a $5 bill beside his cup, said, "Keep writing, kid, and never give it up." The tungsten orange softened into subtle gray. A stranger's words remained to guide me on my way. I closed the notebook, feeling lighter in my chest. Youth is not a race, it is a brave request. Just keep walking, just keep riding. Yesterday evening, Nia called to say the bus line shifted soft. I watched a freight shoelace knot itself around my thumb. A half-eaten peach sits browning on the glass coffee table. The radiator clicks 3 times before the steam comes out. I count 6 grease spots on my denim jacket pocket. Small things pile up like loose change inside a jar. We chase a grand vision with grease under our nails. A cracked phone screen shows 30% charge. The street light flickers right when the bass drum hits. I trace the scuffs along the doorway frame. Every little detail keeps the fire lit. We measure the dream watching rain collect inside a rusty tin can. Youth is not a speech, it is the dust upon the floorboards, holding on to progress anywhere we can. We build a life from what the day forgets to take. Small observations, keeping all our hopes away. The barber left a tiny patch unclipped behind my ear. My roommate left 3/4 on the microwave plate. A scratch CD plays the same 4 bars. I sold the corner deli owner wrote the wrong price on the slate. I noticed how the ink bleeds through cheap notebook paper, how my shadow stretches long across the cracked concrete. We talk big promises while staring at the floor tiles, stretching $30 across 7 days to eat. A cracked phone screen shows 30% charge. The street light flickers right when the bass drum hits. I trace the scuffs along the doorway frame. Every little detail keeps the fire lit. We measure the dream through quiet hours, watching rain collect inside a rusty tin can. Youth is not a speech, it is the dust upon the floorboards, holding on to progress anywhere we can. We build a life from what the day forgets to take. Small observations, keeping all our hopes away. A chip mug holding lukewarm tea, a bus pass folded into 4 exact squares. The way my breath turns fog against the bodega window. Nobody sees the work behind the stairs, just little pieces fitting into place. A slow, steady step inside a fast-paced race. Nia said we would make it out eventually. A faint siren wails 4 blocks away. I turned the key inside the sticky lock, still standing right here at 28 today. Just small things, just keeping count. Bill fleece rubs against my chin as I pull the drawstrings tight against the cold. Just touching the sleeves takes me back again to a time before the stories all got told. 19 years old in a thrift store coat, writing verses on the back of transfer passes. Every small win felt like a miracle note. Looking at the future through cracked glasses. The thread is loose but the memory stays real. I close my eyes and I can suddenly feel the cold floorboards in the burning drive. Just a kid trying to prove he was alive. We were stitching together every broken night, chasing the vision under dim streetlights, holding on to promises written in the dark, trying to ignite a tiny little spark. Now the time has moved but the weave remains, it's carrying the scars and the holy stains. I remember sleeping in the damp backseat, wearing this same sweater with the faded gray, counting out quarters just to buy a meal to eat, telling myself we would find a better way. Marcus played chords on the warped guitar, saying one day people gonna know who we are. The texture of the past is right beneath my hand, a gentle reminder where I used to stand. Time wears down the fabric of our youth, fades out the colors but preserves the truth. Every pulled thread tells a story of the grind, leaving the hardship and the doubt behind. Frayed edges, but the heart is intact. Looking in the mirror, looking all the way back, still wearing the dream like a second skin. Just a kid knowing where the seams begin. 12 things against the velvet shade. 10 years ahead in a glass tower high. I see myself pouring cold citrus water, looking down at the quiet grid below. No frantic alarms waiting to break my sleep. Just the hum of a life I built from dust. My hands do not shake when I count my blessings. The bassline plays soft in the living room. Every late night train that brews my spirit translates into this silk under my feet. I keep holding this vision inside my chest until the imaginary room turns real. We will stand on that terrace above the noise, where the air is clear and the debt is gone. Holding the keys to the kingdom we carved out of empty pockets and stubborn prayers. I can't see us smiling without any defense, living in the future we bought with pain. I picture my mother resting on a beige sofa, her knuckles healed from 30 years of work. She looks through the floor-to-ceiling windows and tells me the long walk was worth the shoes. No collectors calling at 7 in the morning, just warm sunlight on real oak floors. I write these rhymes to bridge the gap between my cramped desk and that high balcony. Right now the cold rain is my window pane. My knees are tired from chasing every beat, but I hold that future second in my palms. Ooh. Close my eyes and breathe the quiet air. It is not a matter of if we arrive, it is only a matter of when we step inside that terrace above the noise, where the air is clear and the debt is gone. Holding the keys to the kingdom we carved out of empty pockets and stubborn prayers. I can't see us smiling without any defense, living in the future we bought with pain. Oh, for steady in the stillness. The future scene stays planted in my eyes. We are coming for that quiet view. One verse at a time. A single brass key rests on the pine surface. It opens a deadbolt back in Detroit that I do not own anymore. I count my 27 years by the scuffs on the finish, trading or summers for a shot at a ceiling that keeps moving higher. My phone screen lights up with another invoice reminder. I stare at my reflection in the dark glass, asking if I am getting closer. My shoulders carry every word they said I would fail to keep. I trade the rest of my youth for beat tapes I play before I sleep. The bassline hums right through my ribs, steady and low, telling me there is still somewhere left for this fire to go. I build a kingdom out of empty notebook pages, chasing the truth that survives the shifting stages. They call it ambition, but it feels like survival down here. Holding my breath until the blueprint finally comes clear. I promised myself I would not let the hunger turn cold, still paying the price for the story I want to be told. My mama left a voicemail asking if I ate today. I lie and say I'm doing fine, clear my throat and step away. The rent takes half, the rest goes straight to the dream. Working 12-hour shifts just to buy a better microphone stream. Doubt tries to crawl on my spine when the apartment grows quiet. I write another 4 bars just to settle the internal riot. If I let go of this pen, what remains of who I am? Just a boy standing in the dust of a half-baked plan. No, I carve these knuckles on the side of every hard-earned block. I am not turning back now, no matter how loud they mock. I build a kingdom out of empty notebook pages, chasing the truth that survives the shifting stages. They call it ambition, but it feels like survival down here. Holding my breath until the blueprint finally comes clear. later. I promised myself I would not let the hunger turn cold. Still paying the price for the story I want to be told. The brass key stays right where it is. A small reminder of doors I have not unlocked yet. 27, broke but alive with the vision. Still riding, still standing. A squeaking skateboard wheel rattles past the lower alleyway. Reaching up through the open screen to hit your bedroom wall. Yeah, you rest your thumb on the screen, scrolling past people who bought the shortcut. Wondering if the craft even matters when nobody calls. Yeah, you spend 4 hours tweaking a snare that nobody else will notice. Yeah, holding your breath like the city owes you a sudden break. I watch you erase another verse you wrote at midnight. Treating your second thoughts like they are the only truth you make. You talk about taking the shift at the warehouse full time, burying the drum machine under a pile of laundry. But I remember who you were when the basement had no air conditioning. You swore the noise inside your chest was a sanctuary. So pull that folder back up onto the monitor. Stop acting like 27 means the story ends. We said we would make something that outlives the neighborhood, and I still believe every word you promised then. Your drafts folder is full enough to feed the winter. Just press play and let the kick drum speak again. Remember that winter we split a 6-piece under the street lamp. Your knuckles were red but you were humming the bass line. You said real soul takes time to cure like cedar. Now you are rushing the grain just because the clock says 9. They want quick hooks in 15 seconds of polish. You want 88 keys that actually feel like rain. Do not compromise the weight just to make the lift lighter. I would rather hear you struggle than watch you pretend you were playing. Talk about taking a shift at the warehouse full time, burying the drum machine under a pile of laundry. But I remember who you were when the basement had no air conditioning. You swore the noise inside your chest was a sanctuary. So pull that folder back up onto the monitor. Stop acting like 27 means the story ends. We said we would make something that outlives the neighborhood, and I still believe every word you promised then. Your drafts folder is full enough to feed the winter. Just press play and let the kick drum speak again. Look at me across this cluttered room. Neither of us came this far just to collect the dust coat. If the room does not leave a seat at the head table, we bring our own folding chairs and build a boat. Your voice has got a grit that money cannot synthesize. Stop apologizing for taking space in your own home. So pull that folder back up onto the monitor. Stop acting like 27 means the story ends. We said we would make something that outlives the neighborhood, and I still believe every word you promised then. Your drafts folder is full enough to feed the winter. Just press play and let the kick drum speak again. Leave the window cracked, listen to the city down on the asphalt. It is waiting for you. Just hit export. We have tomorrow. Yeah. Pungent bleach and damp wool perfume the hallway air. Where Marcus says counting quarters on a folding chair. His hands are callous from the loading dock by day. His eyes are heavy from the debts he cannot pay. A silver pen is tucked behind his right earlobe. He draws a map across the crumpled paper globe. The bass line hums inside his headphones, soft and low. a 20-something kid with nowhere left to go. He hears the city whispering through broken glass, telling him that dreams are made of vapor and gas. But he holds the pen like dying in his grip, refusing to let the quiet vision slip. Marcus builds a palace out of pocket change, in a world that promised him a narrow range. Every late night line he writes is proof he's still alive, chasing 24 hours just to survive. He doesn't need the crown to feel like royalty tonight, just a pocket full of rhythm and the street lights, yellow light. The sister called him around 11:32, asked him if the winter rent was coming through. He laughed it off and said the check was in the mail, and swallowed down his pride and smoothed a rusty nail. The smell of burnt coffee from the diner down the block blends with the ticking of the digital wall clock. He fills 4 pages with the story of his block, every struggle, every shadow, every single shock. They told him boys like him should settle for the shift, punch the card at 6 a.m. and call the rest a gift. But Marcus sees the skyline like a piano key, waiting for his fingers to set the rhythm free. No loud boats, no silver spoons, no shortcut through the gate, just an honest heart refusing to accept its fate. The drive slow, air spin, the neon sign flickers out. He caps his pen, erased of every doubt. Marcus steps outside, the night air cool and clean. The youngest king the avenue has ever seen. Absolute stillness drops his heavy curtain, then a sudden query slices through the room. Did I trade my hunger for a paycheck? The digital clock glows cobalt in the gloom. Shadows stretch across the hardwood floorboards, an open mail stacked high beside the sink. A half-filled notebook rests beneath the mug, holding back the words I barely dare to think. The city outside breathes in steady low hums, headlights paint long stripes across my wall. I count the years like loose change in my palm, waiting for the vision not to fall. We build our castles in the quiet dark, chasing a skyline that we used to know. Between the silence and the beating heart, we find the fire that refuses to go. 27 years inside the skin, still trying to make the canvas fit the frame. Walking down the avenue tonight to hear the wind echo our forgotten name. Outside the diner on the corner of 4th, the young musician packs a battered case. Steam rises slow from the sewer grate, reflecting moonlight on his tired face. He counts his bills under the amber street lamp, sighing out a cloud of silver mist. I watch him from the window across the street, remembering every single risk I missed. We build our castles in the quiet dark, chasing a skyline that we used to know. Between the silence and the beating heart, we find the fire that refuses to go. 27 years inside the skin, still trying to make the canvas fit the frame. Walking down the avenue tonight to hear the wind echo our forgotten name. Camera zooms in on the worn leather soles, step after step on the rain-slick pavement. Every setback was a scene in disguise, every quiet hour was a payment. The lens shifts wide to the endless sky, where the clouds begin to break apart. The thought recedes into the fading night. The quiet returns, but the spark stays bright. Street lights dim, one by one. Our scene has just begun. Yeah. Cast iron casters, pressed deep into the rug. This heavy swivel seat holding every ounce of doubt you carry. You were 18, sitting in the dark of the attic bedroom, biting down on your lips so the house wouldn't hear you sigh. You thought the world was an empire you had to build overnight. Checking your watch like time was a tax collector at the door. I wish I could reach back through the static in the speaker wire and pull the tension out of your shoulders before you broke. You kept your chin tucked inside your hoodie collar, fearing every silent room that you were failing. The bassline wasn't loud enough to drown the fear, but look at how the rhythm held you anyway. Stop counting every second like a debt you cannot pay. You don't need to conquer every mountain before noon. The beat you were chasing is sitting right beside me now, and those callous fingers learned how to play the truth. Little brother in the oversized coat, oh, 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 oh. You made it through the long night after all. Remember how you saved every stub from the night bus, thinking every mile away from home was proof of progress. You used to write lines on the back of cold receipts, terrified that tomorrow would forget your government name. The chair felt like a cage when the studio wouldn't answer. Four walls closing in while the snow melted on your boots. But every hour you spent staring at the blank screen was just the foundation pouring under your feet. You kept your chin tucked inside your hoodie collar, fearing every silent room that you were failing. The bassline wasn't loud enough to drown the fear, but look at how the rhythm held you anyway. Stop counting every second like a debt you cannot pay. You don't need to conquer every mountain before noon. The beat you were chasing is sitting right beside me now, and those callous fingers learned how to play the truth. Little brother in the oversized coat, oh, 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 oh. You made it through the long night after all. I still sit in this same heavy chair when I compose, except the weight isn't fear anymore, it's just gratitude. If you could see the stadium lights reflected in my eyes, you would drop the pencil and finally let yourself breathe. You were never late, you were just taking root. Rest your hands on the armrest now. The studio is quiet and the mix is clean. You made it through the long night. You made it through, little brother, and indigo radiance was the diner booth, reflecting off a scratch plastic menu board. An older woman slides into the seat, adjusts your coat and nods across the table. She says you look like someone running fast from something that you haven't named out loud. I stare into my cup and bite my tongue, admitting that the dream is wearing thin. Yeah. She orders herbal tea and checks her watch, tells me she chased the stage when she was young. The smoke inside the city steals your youth unless you keep a fire of your own. We are trading stories in the dark, two strangers building bridges out of sound, chasing dreams before the feeling dies, trying hard to keep our feet on solid ground. If the journey takes a lifetime just to learn, I will hold the embers till they burn. She She traces circles on a form maker. Says passion isn't meant to keep you safe. I tell her about the songs I haven't finished. The constant fear of walking without purpose. She smiles and says the quiet part out loud. The beauty isn't winning, it's the fight. Don't measure progress by the applause. Just know the reason why you stayed away. She orders herbal tea and checks her watch. Tells me she chased the stage when she was young. The smoke inside the city steals your youth unless you keep a fire of your own. We are trading stories in the dark. Two strangers building bridges out of sound. Chasing dreams before the feeling dies. Trying hard to keep our feet on solid ground. If the journey takes a lifetime just to learn, I will hold the embers till they burn. The world outside keeps spinning on its axis, demanding payment for every single hour. But sitting here beneath this violet glow, I see my reflection in a stranger's eyes. We are not broken, just mid-flight, learning how to heavy lift our lives. She puts down exact change and stands to leave. Wishes me luck upon the road ahead. The indigo light softens at the edge. I pick my notebook up and start to write. One cracked plastic guitar pick catches the blue light off my monitor screen. I'm staring at the same 8 bars since midnight. My thumb traces the jagged edge where it snapped during last winter session. Everybody in my high school group chat is talking about mortgage rates and promotions. I'm sitting here balancing a ledger that barely covers groceries and quarter-inch cables. My shoulders heavy from carrying a future nobody else can see yet. My mother left a voicemail asking if I'm eating enough. I cleared the notification because my voice would betray my exhaustion. I keep preaching to myself that the hardship is just part of the narrative. But narrative doesn't stop the electric company from sending final notices. I'm holding my breath until this dream pays off. Trading whole years of sleep for kick drums and midnight lines. They told me youth is short, but these quiet hours feel eternal. I bet my whole 20s on a voice that hasn't reached this crowd yet. I'm holding my breath until the pressure turns this dust into something solid. Cold espresso sits stagnant in the bottom of a thrift store mug. I stare at my knuckles and wonder if they're meant for simple survival or something higher. My friends stopped inviting me out on weekend nights months ago. They know I'm locked in this converted closet, chasing frequencies in the dark. I adjust the equalizer, hunting for a baseline that sounds like forgiveness. Every unreleased project folder is a room I built to keep my sanity safe. What if the lights never turn on for me? What if this isn't passion, just stubborn pride masking fear? I lean back, feeling the sub bass rumble straight through my spine. It gives me an answer when my mind runs out of excuses. It reminds me why I chose the hard road over a comfortable sleep. Blue screen light bouncing off the laminate desktop. I pick up that broken piece of plastic one more time. Set the tempo, hit record, start from the top. Just one more take before the night gives in. One more take. Scorched cotton and lavender starch, heavy in the air. Tray presses trousers while the fluorescent lights glare. 24 years on a concrete slab floor, dreaming of stages beyond the back door. He keeps a battle ledger hidden right beneath the counter, rhymes written down between the steam and the water. Every folded crease is a second ticking past. He wonders if a young man's momentum can last. The city outside moves at 90 miles an hour, while he measures patience by the flower and the power. He stacks every quarter in a blue coffee tin, waiting for the day that the real life begins. He works the late shift till his fingers turn numb, believing in the rhythm of the person he will become. Through the dust on the window and the smoke in the street, Trey keeps chasing down the heart of the beat. No fast track to glory, just sweat on the page. A quiet kid building his way to the stage. His sister called at 7 asking how he pays the rent. He lied and said the overtime was money well spent. He is saving for a secondhand sampler from the pawn to turn his midnight quiet into beauty before dawn. The bass bumps faintly from a sedan passing by. He looks up at the ceiling with a hungry kind of eye. He knows every stitch that he smooths out today is paving the road where his doubts fade away. Some nights the weight feels heavier than iron. Doubts in his ear like a low pitching siren. They tell him that 24 is getting kinda late to trade a minimum wage for an unknown fate. But he taps his one sneaker on the linoleum tiles, measuring the journey not in dollars but in miles. He works the late shift till his fingers turn numb, believing in the rhythm of the person he will become. Through the dust on the window and the smoke in the street, Trey keeps chasing down the heart of the beat. No fast track to glory, just sweat on the page. A quiet kid building his way to the stage. The steam his fades as he turns off the valve. No quick fix remedies or easy kindness out. Just a notebook filled to the margins with prose, and a young man who knows where the heavy road goes. He locks up the front door, stepping out in the chill, determined to climb up the crest of the hill. Dead silence breaks when the sharp realization cuts straight through. The speaker stands mute beside a half-drained mug of dark brew. Blue halogen light from the alley window cuts across the studio floor. I stare at the pad on the sampler, frozen in a wide shot by the door. A single dust mote hangs still above the fader knob. 10 years of chasing this rhythm just to feel my chest throb. My shadow stretches long across the chip hardwood blinks. I can hear the hard drive spin, giving silent little thanks. Camera zooms close on the worn soles of my leather boots. Sweat on my jawline, reflecting yellow street lamp roots. Every frozen frame holds a quiet, heavy kind of grace. We are just actors waiting for the director to mark our place. Roll the film tape on these restless hours. We captured our hunger in 35mm grain, chasing the golden note through concrete hallway towers, praying the lens does not blur out under the cold city rain. With empty pockets and a chest full of raw melody, we print the picture of who we swore we would be. Cut to the narrow corridor where blue paint peels away. Jerome sleeps upright on the folding chair at the break of day. Red ink marks a line across the notebook on his knees. The refrigerator hums a low sub-bass through the breeze. An overhead train glides past, casting amber bars on his face. We traded our 20s just to claim a tiny bit of space. My index finger traces the rim of an unswallowed pill. The monitor stays warm while the city outside sits completely still. Camera zooms close on the worn soles of my leather boots. Sweat on my jawline, reflecting yellow street lamp roots. Every frozen frame holds a quiet, heavy kind of grace. We are just actors waiting for the director to mark our place. Roll the film tape on these restless hours. We captured our hunger in 35mm grain, chasing a golden note through concrete hallway towers, praying the lens does not blur out under the cold city rain. With empty pockets and a chest full of raw melody, we print the picture of who we swore we would be. Slow motion frame of steam rising off the wet asphalt street. A woman in a long coat hums our hook on her morning beat. The world spins and fast forward, but this lens locks us tight. No budget for silver linings, just raw heart and street light. If the projector burns out, we strike a match against the wall. Fade out on the static screen of the vintage display. A single breath held as night turns into heavy gray. The reel keeps spinning after the credits start to roll. Still printing pictures from the center of our soul. The reel keeps spinning, frame locked in. Why doesn't open won't feel so heavy when you're asking for proof? My knuckles ache from gripping steering wheels that only turn in circles. Damn wool coat smells like rain from 3 Tuesdays ago. And my shadow stretches down a hall longer than my actual stature. I was thinking about the rent check, then about my mother's garden, then about the beat I looped 70 times before my ears went numb. Is this ambition or just a habit of refusing to sit still? The city hums low through the radiator pipes, a steady low in frequency that sounds a lot like my own chest when I forget to breathe deeply. We wanted everything, didn't we? A stage, a house, a reason to stop looking at the clock every 12 minutes. My thoughts keep jumping the turnstile, from the cost of studio time to the color of the sky over East Atlanta. I count the street lights flickering out one by one, ask in the darkness where the fire goes when it stops burning red. It's late, it's early, it's somewhere between who I was and who I owe. Tracing the outline of a dream that keeps changing its shape. Youth is alone with an interest rate nobody told us about. And I'm standing on the corner trying to play it in song, just holding my chest to see if the bass is still knocking. Pencil graphite smudged across the heel of my left hand. Remember when we thought 30 was an ancient country? Across the ocean, I was just 2 years away and the visa hasn't cleared yet. I saw a kid today wearing the same scuffed dunks I wore in 16. He was stepping off the curb like he on the concrete underneath his toes. I wanted to tell him to hold on to that bounce, but the light turned green and the bus pulled away with a hiss. Sometimes the beat is just a rhythm to hide the panic behind. My auntie said pray about it, my cousin said stream it. My brain just sits in the middle, turning every silence into a bass line. My thoughts keep jumping the turnstile, from the price of bread to the promise I made in a crowded kitchen. I watched the fog roll off the river, asking the water why it flows so fast toward the ocean without looking back. It's late, it's early, somewhere between who I was and who I owe. Tracing the outline of a dream that keeps changing its shape. Youth is alone with an interest rate nobody told us about. And I'm standing on the corner trying to play it in songs, just holding my chest to see if the bass is still knocking. Do you think the sky remembers every prayer whispered under breath? Or does it all just collect in the clouds until it rains on someone else? I wanted to be monumental, but today I'd settle for being right here. No pitch correction on my heartbeat, no edit on the way my voice cracks when I talk about the years we lost trying to get found. Just a continuous line drawn from my ribs to the notepad on my knee. Why doesn't open palm feels so heavy? Still no answer. The train rattles 4 miles north, carrying people who look just like me. Headphones in, eyes closed, dreaming with their teeth clenched. Still knocking, still waiting for the light to turn. Solid pine legs roam beneath my spine today. 17 years old in that dark bedroom corner, thinking if you stay still enough, the debt would fade away. You held your breath until your lungs turned cold, writing 12-bar verses on the back of utility receipts. You thought the world was waiting just to break your spirit, but the heavy seat beneath you was building muscle in your feet. Look at your hands, still callous from the strain, trying to carve a future out of cold November rain. You do not have to carry every brick alone. The seed you buried in the dark is finally grown. If I could melt this page back to your room, I would tell you that the shadow was a wound. Stop measuring your worth by what you lack. The heavy chair you sat in had your back. You made it through the long night, little brother. We built a life we do not owe another. Remember hiding on a canvas, shoes inside the hall, afraid the kids at school would spot the glue upon the saw. You spent 3 winters anchored to that stiff wooden frame, staring at the blank pad, trying to feel whole. I know you cried when the night shift took your strength away. Thought $40 rent was where the story had to stop. I'm singing from the terrace that you used to draw. Every crooked step you took was leading to the top. Look at your hands, still callous from the strain, trying to carve a future out of cold November rain. You do not have to carry every brick alone. The seed you buried in the dark is finally grown. If I could melt this page back to your room, I would tell you that the shadow was a wound. Stop measuring your worth by what you lack. The heavy chair you sat in had your back. You made it through the long night, little brother. We built a life we do not owe another. Put down the heavy pencil for an hour. Stop expecting every single seed to turn a flower. Overnight, the weight that pressed you deep into the cushion was giving your ambition all its sight. You were never broken, you were taking flight. Fold the paper slow now, rest your shoulders, kid. You survived the low ground. Look at what we did. The chair was heavy, but you stood up strong. You belong here all along. Low carpet run spills across the damp bench where we sit. A guy with grease-stained knuckles asks if I can spare a light. I hand over the matches and watch the small flame ignite. He nods toward my pad, asking what I write. I tell him it is just a list of dreams I cannot afford yet. Yeah. He laughs, it sound like gravel rolling in a quiet river. Says the best parts of youth always start deep in debt. We watch the traffic crawl like glowing red veins. 2 different soul stories trapped in the city rains. He pulls a dragon breath from his cigarette, tells me 28 is where the real hunger gets set. He said the sky does not care about your artificial timeline. You just keep moving till the dark gives way to gold. We are 2 strangers leaning over the same thin line, trying to figure out how much passion we can hold. Don't bury a spark before the day comes around. We learn how to fly on our way to the ground. He tells me he wanted to paint murals on high ships. Now he changes oil filters on 12-hour shifts. Is it too late, I ask, staring at my faded shoes. He shakes his head, smiling through the smoky blues. Later's just a lie they sell to keep the quiet ones down. You still got blood pumping, gon' make a rattle in this town. His bus spills to a halt at the edge of the street. A sudden benediction before 2 two different paths split and meet. He said the sky does not care about your artificial timeline. You just keep moving till the dark gives way to gold. We are two strangers leaning over the same thin line, trying to figure out how much passion we can hold. Don't bury us apart before the day comes around. We learn how to fly on our way to the ground. I never got his name, he never asked for mine. Just two soul ghosts crossing on a yellow street line. He left a half-full box of matches on the seat, and a little bit of fire under my cold feet. Low copper warmth still resting on the stone. I pick up my pen, feeling far less alone. Keep moving till the dark gives way. We will find our words today.